What's good, y'all? Hope everybody's living well, staying blessed. It's your boy, Marcus B, and I'm here with the one and only Mr. Evan Simmons.
Yo,
How you doing, big dog?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Doing well.
I just realized we had this whole conversation about me saying how you doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you living, man?
I'm living all right. I'm just making it.
Yeah,
Just
good.
going right through each day.
We out here.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Well, anyways, that's me alluding to this conversation of episode 9 of Holla at Your Boy. Me and Evan talked about band and life, and we got on some interesting little random tangents, and it was just, casual, fun conversation that me and him always have. As always, if you like what we're doing out here, make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on all things social media. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy the episode. Peace. What's going on, brother?
I'm doing good. We're doing band camp right now.
We are doing band camp right now, which is, it has been an experience for sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it so far?
Well, my big thing is I like coming back to teaching.
Yeah,
It's been
that's definitely been good.
Yeah.
Just to have that sense of being, if you will.
Yeah, like you kind of come with like purpose.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know definitely before when the whole inside thing was happening.
Yeah.
I most days I didn't feel like I have like purpose.
Oh, dude, for sure.
So coming to, even if it's like working with like, I'm not even like working at the high school, but like just helping out with marching band stuff, my purpose feels back.
Yeah.
So
And the like brain synapses
yeah,
slowly coming back. I
Yeah.
feel like there's just a lot of like I've been like amazed with myself that I haven't like stumbled more on like stuff
Right.
when it comes to like teaching first steps and first all everything. It's
well,
like,
also you've been doing it for 2 years now, so
well, yeah,
there's also that like
but just you take 5 months off of anything, you
right.
fully anticipate being rusty, and it's not been terrible, not been great.
Yeah,
Hands definitely feeling it. I don't know. I know that you were playing.
yeah,
You were playing a lot, but I mean, even for us, like just hitting a bass drum is the only way you can hit a bass drum is by hitting a bass drum.
right. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do that at home. So.
Yeah, it's hard to do that, but we're definitely coming along.
Yeah.
I forgot how grass fields were.
Oh man, like that grass field is. I mean the cool thing about grass fields is they're more. I feel like they're more. Sounds harsh, but they're more unforgiving.
They're more unforgiving. They make you much more of an honest
Right.
Marcher.
Because you can mess up on turf.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna be like, it's close enough. Like,
Yeah, you mess up on turf, you mess up on the gravel field or the cement field.
Right.
All right. Or you could look perfect on those, and then you get to this grass field, and then you're like, hey,
Oh.
surprise, bucko.
Turns out you don't look that good. You just can walk on a straight surface.
Yeah. Even me, man, like, I am proud of myself on my ability for marching, and the first couple of times I was like demonstrating, I was like, oh, this,
Yeah.
ugh.
Now, did you like whenever you were in high school and college? Like, did you do a grass field? Or
Yeah, actually, both high school and college was
Wow.
grass field. I completely forgot about college being
Oh.
grass, but I think it was also because it wasn't as dense of an area,
Right.
like tree wise.
Yeah.
I feel the trees are like really up on the
Yeah.
field, so they just
Well, literally like
Yeah.
the fence and then a bunch like a forest.
yeah. So just that humidity, man, just it's rough.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. That's an interesting part of it is it's been like this is day 3 of band camp today.
Yeah.
We finished.
just got done day 3.
And the weather's been like great. Like
The day 1 was rough.
Well, I'm talking like more like heat.
Heat wise, yeah, not a big deal.
Humidity, like,
You know,
humidity is one of those things where, like me, I don't know about you, but like I like to sweat if I'm outside.
yeah.
Like if I'm outside, like I'd rather just like sweat out like whatever I got.
I like dry heat, man.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, like of course I don't like prefer it because you have to like come home and immediately take a shower and stuff like that. But if it's humid, nah.
I don't know, man. If it's like 98, 30% humidity,
30% humility. It's just
always 30% humidity on.
30%.
30% humidity at 98 degrees as opposed to like
Yeah.
an 89 and like 80%.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm strong in the 98. I hate humidity so much. I hate this is gonna sound weird, but I hate wet sweat.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it just beads rolling down,
It was just like
whatever, man.
just a
Like
dry sweat.
yeah.
You're good.
good, but just this I
Yeah,
feel like I'm swimming in myself.
Yeah, that. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that I like. How did you like deal with like? I mean, well, I don't know if we want to go into like our marching band like history, but like
Again, man. I mean, mine was garbage for the most part, but why not?
I mean, like, well, my thing was, you know, when we're doing band camp, I always think back to, you know, freshman Evan, like doing band camp, and for me, I would have loved to have had it like it's just humid, and you know, but then again,
Really?
yeah,
Ugh.
I'd much rather that than like we had a summer once where multiple days like in the hundreds,
Yeah.
like standing there at attention, like of course everyone like around me is passing out, and
Yeah.
you know the kids with weak constitutions.
My senior year was like summer 2010. I think was like the record summer, like on books in some ridiculous amount of years.
And we still
Like,
went out for band camp.
Hell yeah, boy! It was. I remember it being rough.
Yeah,
Because naturally, I would take my shirt off. Because again, just wait. Like I'm not. It's way too hot, bro. What are we
Right.
doing? But I remember after that first week, like the tan I got was so aggressive that like I disappeared in shadows.
that like that 105.
Yeah,
like, so
dude.
skin so dark you can.
It was oof, man. Yeah, where 4 hours later you still fear the
Yeah,
radiating
yeah.
heat. It was a good time though.
Yeah, I had a bad problem with when I would sweat. This happened more in the cold than it did in the hot. But when I would sweat, I would get it's like steam
Oh yeah,
coming off of
Yeah.
it. I don't know what it was. I was just like, cool. Not really that
I'm
hot
trying to
right
think.
now.
Freshman year. Well, freshman year I was in front ensemble.
Oh, you did front.
Yeah, but I played timpani
Oh,
my freshman year. I didn't have
right.
the marching wheels on the timpani, and it was a grass field. So the 23 through the 29, I would straight up strong arm. So I would just grab around the frame and lift it and waddle all the way out the field into the like stage right of the 50. Place it,
jeez.
run back, grab the other one, waddle, and then the 32. Like sometimes I would, like if I couldn't find help, I would wheel it through, and it was just the worst thing. Like those little baby orchestra wheels.
Yeah, just like you just
Going
have
through
to
grass just doesn't work. Or yeah, you know, I'd find somebody to
help out.
help me lift it because it was the worst.
See, that's why you march a woodwind instrument.
Hey man, I'm not marching no fake instrument out here. Come on.
Hey, saxophone isn't fake.
Hey,
It's real. People play it. I don't know why,
I don't know why either.
and I insist on doing it. but-
Everybody says that you're gonna be good at it, and that's the problem.
Oh, that's the biggest lie, though.
You're gonna be sufficient at it.
I mean, man, could you imagine if like straight up told like a sixth grader like, hey, you're not gonna be good at this.
I'm not gonna be good at this.
Like, there might be one of you in the state of Texas that might end up being okay at this. Just one.
be so rough. Or like talking to the fifth grade kids that are interested
Yeah.
in percussion, like, hey man, like super dope that you want to do this. You're gonna invest, even if you don't really care, at least $800. And if you decide to care, anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000.
Right. And that's if you don't want to like specialize in a certain
Yeah.
instrument, and like if you want to get a marimba, oh, you're gonna like
Practice marimbas, $6,000.
Yeah, right.
And they don't have resonators on them. Oh, you want resonators? 10. Oh, you want a professional one? 18. And that's just the marimba. That doesn't
Right,
include all
yeah.
the mallets that you need for it as well.
dude, I could not. Well, why didn't they tell us this? Like,
Because then nobody would be in band, bro.
I see. I should have like they should have like had the first meeting with the parents, being like, "Hey, band's not that expensive. You rent an instrument."
Yeah, because at first it really is that. It's like your book is $10, the renting fee is $25. That's it.
yeah. Oh, that's it.
$15 for a shirt. Bet.
Great.
So we're talking 50 bucks up front, 25 a month.
Right.
Light work. Oh, he gets to 7th grade. He needs a different horn. So we're at 36 now. All right.
Well, I mean, like, let's pull back a sec. We don't want to get the new horn just
Okay,
then.
sorry. 8th grade. 8th grade.
Yeah.
You know, right? Like
Yeah.
8th grade. Oh, sorry. 7th grade, you bump the reeds
Yeah.
and maybe get a different ligature.
Yeah. You got new reeds, new setup. You got
Maybe even a whole new mouthpiece.
right. Yeah, because the private teacher, like, oh, you might have to get a private teacher too.
Also, that's where they get you too. So
and
it's
here
like,
comes marching band, and we got $200 for the stuff. You gotta.
but it's just for the first time. It's $200. Your freshman year, $250. Sophomore year, $150. See, it gets cheaper. It doesn't get cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's
Everyone says like the whole "it gets easier" thing. It
doesn't get easier.
But you were, but yeah, we were talking about just the moving timpani. And
Moving timpani, just such a pain in the ass, dude.
I,
Just such a pain in the ass.
I could not.
Just
imagine.
moving front ensemble equipment is just super rough. Because also they obviously they have it now, but back then, I think there was 2 of the boards
Yeah.
had marching frames on them,
Okay.
so everybody had the orchestra wheels,
Right.
and it's just like onto that grass field, baby. And then even worse is I think the year after I graduated, they got a paved field.
Okay.
But then I think they got 1 season with it,
Yeah.
and then the following year, they were doing construction and they put portables all on the field. So then they had to go back to a grass field next door. Yeah,
I mean, like, well, here's a question for you: which do you prefer? Like a paved, like if you could have either sharing a field, like currently we're sharing it with
Yeah.
soccer. Like, would you rather have a shared field, or would you rather have a shared grass field or a paved like band field? Because I know which one I would prefer, and personally, don't like concrete. Everywhere I've taught, they've had concrete, but
I mean, ideally it'd be turf,
right,
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if it was between the two, I mean, it's cleaner on the pavement, obviously, but there's definitely a drop off from
Right.
pavement to the turf.
yeah, because you lose all that technique. And
Yeah.
they build it's like playing on a whole different like reed, and then
Yeah.
switching like brands like for the day of the performance. It's like whoa,
Yeah, as if it like even if you were practicing on all turf, like not all turf is created equal.
Right.
So it's already just a little weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think for character building, grass just
Yeah.
makes you a more honest marcher, man.
yeah, it would be. Did you see that Dripping Springs High School? They got it's Field Dots LLC. They like make like dots on.
Oh yeah,
fields.
they do like every step.
Dude.
Yeah, we got that last year, dude. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we
well,
got that on the pay field.
Yeah, it was like Well, they had a bunch of like circles and stuff in it too. I was
Oh,
like,
they did like the full package.
they did it full.
Ooh.
I was like, whew,
Yeah,
that was
That's
healthy.
steep, man. That feels good when you're looking at it.
Right.
But
yeah.
but man, that's. I mean, they definitely got a business going on out there with
Yeah.
with that dotting the field.
Well, I mean, that would kind of that would stress me out a little bit. Like
How do you mean?
the it's a lot.
It's a lot to look at, and I think that
Like
I get
looks pretty, but
it's. I don't know. I go back and forth on it. It's. I think it's one of those tools when used correctly, it's
Right.
super effective. But if you're not, it's really easy to not
right.
use it like 100% efficiently, because then also the issue you run into is the kids relying too much on the dots to be there.
Yeah. As soon as the
Super
dots are
stock.
gone, it's like
Then they no longer remember how to march.
right.
But then on the flip side of that is then if you teach in a way it's like this is what 4 steps look like. You need to memorize what 4 steps looks like as well as
Right.
what 4 steps feels like.
Yeah.
So that way, when you get to that different field, you know what that is, and it's,
Yeah, you're not guessing
Yeah.
or basing it off of dots that aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
You're kind of, well, I mean, there's that whole like thing of like in education, like, do you make it easy on them or do you
Yeah.
make it more like critical thinking kind of thing?
and you know how I feel. I'm all about that critical thinking. Make you work for it.
Yeah, you gotta know what's happening rather
Yeah.
than just
Like I was telling you this morning, we had a kid that just like never fully learned how to read music from
Right.
your middle school.
Yeah.
So he was a sixth grader. So when
Year
I got
before
here, he
we
was
got there,
seventh grade.
yeah.
He was seventh grade, and I just never really got to work with much of your kids other
Yeah.
than like Region and UIL.
yeah,
Was the only time I'd come out, but then even then it was after school stuff.
right,
So like, he just never fully got the reading stuff.
yeah,
But here we are, first day of band camp. Doesn't really know how to read, but we still out here, like forcing him to be like, I taught him what a half step is and a whole step, and that's how we're gonna.
right.
If you ask me a question, that's the answer I'm gonna give you.
It's a half step,
It's a half step up, or just look at the page.
right. Teaching kids like all the stuff they need to know,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit challenging. Because I know like definitely like around that time, like first year teaching, I was so focused on like getting the rest of the band
Yeah,
because I was being a typical band director and just
Yeah.
like just worried about all the horn players and wasn't even thinking about percussion.
it is what it is, man.
Not
That's why it's an argument for why everybody needs a third director as percussion everywhere.
Yeah.
But alas, best case scenario is you end up with someone like me who's running the program for everybody,
right.
and that's how we get burnt out. And we had that conversation.
Yeah, we did. First, I think that was
that episode?
the mental health one.
That was the mental health one. Yeah,
Yeah.
episode 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
is that 3?
2.
Man.
3.
We're at episode 8 now.
Yeah, buddy.
This is
It's pretty cool, man.
yeah.
Well, this is actually gonna be episode 9.
9.
This
Yeah,
is 9.
I just uploaded
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah, things keep going.
Dope, dude. We're about to be at 10.
We are about to be at 10, aren't we? Yeah.
Cool.
You know, I mean, no, that's off topic. We'll talk about that later. I was going to ask you about like what do you want out of like, you know, podcasting, or what's another like business you want to like, or like do you want this like as a business, or do you want it as kind of a
I mean, I think of it much like my writing for marching band. Like,
right?
I have the ability to do it. Why not? If I can make some money off of it, cool.
Right.
If not, like, I'd still enjoy
Yeah.
it. Like, I mean, if you're being 100% honest with it, if you want me to be 100% honest with you, I just like, I legitimately missed having the opportunity to sit down with people and just talk.
Right.
Right. And you know, we started reformatting that, reintroducing that into my life
Right.
over quarantine.
Yeah.
When we were doing our dinners, but I don't know. It kind of like re-sparked it and just kind of made me
Yeah.
really want to get back into it. Shoot, even I think it was up on my memories today from back when I was an Uber driver. There was like the meme going around. It's like Uber going to the bars, dead silent. Nobody talks. And then the Uber back from the bar is
Those Ubers back.
everything is going wrong with my life, and here it
I'm going to
is.
tell you my entire story. Maybe overshare a little bit too much, but
100% overshared.
Oh, boy.
Every single time. But it was, I don't know, it was cool. I enjoyed that. So I mean, that's really all it is, and it it gives me a chance to talk to people that, I mean, thus far that I've like. I like the shows with you and I because we don't ever really have seldom do we have like a
sit down conversation. Where we're just
like a sit down conversation, but B, like when we come into it, like the past like 3, we haven't had like a topic in particular. So it's just like
it's just kind of like
it's cool to just have a conversation and riff through it.
Right.
But then also just like I've been wanting to talk to Dwaylen about just being a black man in America.
Right.
I wanted to talk to Marcus about just his background as an educator.
Yeah.
And what his thoughts are thus far. I really wanted to talk to Greg and Justin.
Yeah.
About what it was like for them. So just like
it kind of sets up that like because I feel like everybody like talks about like they want to like talk to that person, just sit down and talk with them. Okay, let's actually do it.
Let's actually do it. And like this gives an opportunity, and I know that even when we were setting it up, you were like, do you want to do the headphones? Do you want to do these things and that things? And it's like,
right.
Yeah, like because it forces you to be a little bit more intimate.
Yeah.
I feel, than if it was just like the headphones off. Because I mean, even maybe it's just by proxy that we get a little bit more focused on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Once we sit down, but like when you roll into the apartment, it's always just like, "What's up?"
You can be kind of distracted.
Yeah,
like,
but like once you're here, it's like, dope.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's cool, and then hopefully I get to just get dope people on, man.
Right.
I don't know how many people are trying to come out to Temple. But
I mean,
if I could get, could you imagine if I got, I don't know why Jerry Junkin was the first name that came to mind.
That'd be,
but that'd be like,
yeah,
that'd be super dope.
That'd be an episode like 100 thing. Like,
yeah, just like, at that point in time, like I don't even care if I'm making money, but if I got a chance to talk to Jerry Junkin about
life,
I don't even want to talk to him about, like, I was like, teach me conducting. No, man, I'll pay you for that.
Right.
For the clinics. Like, how did you get, what was years 1 and 2 for you, dog?
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about that.
That would be, I mean, that's always something that I've like been interested in. Like, I don't know about you, but if the first time I met a celebrity, and he wasn't even like a big celebrity, he was a band celebrity, Stockton Helbing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I met him when I was in high school.
Oh, word.
And first time I met him, I was like, I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
I was like silent. I was like, okay, next time I meet a celebrity, can't do that.
Can't do it.
I'm gonna
man.
ask them like a really good question, like a question they don't get in interviews usually.
Yeah.
And I still like am searching for that question. Like, what's the thing you want to ask them and be like? Because I thought I had it. Like a couple of months ago. It was like, how do you keep balance in your life? Like something like.
I mean, that's a good one.
Something about like, and like not balance in like that that stock way they use for with female like actors and stuff like that when they go like, oh, how do you balance being a mother and
oh yeah,
like
yeah,
no I mean legitimately like. How do you keep balance in your life?
Yeah, mental, physical.
Yeah, what
spiritual.
What keeps you balanced?
Huh. Yeah. I think, I mean, if we're talking broadly, I think a lot of it eventually turns to focusing on something that isn't your main focus.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's also what this is feeding to that. For me as well,
right.
Because I mean, we've talked about it before as well. Like cars are like very much my thing, but I live in an apartment and
there's no.
I don't have a garage to like sit down and like rebuild part of my engine. Like I just don't have that facility to do that. And I would save money was probably that everybody has like a different hobby,
Yeah.
or even maybe not even a different hobby, but just like maybe someone like Norm who just like drum set,
Right.
like him just practicing drum set for himself as opposed to practicing drum set for like TJO
Right, yeah.
or this gig that's coming up or something like that. Just like I remember last year, like as we were setting up, getting ready for the Temple Jazz
Yeah, festival.
festival.
Yeah.
I just saw him and he was like, "Yeah, I'm on this page," and we just like kind of circle around like different ideas of what to do on the drum set of just like old heads that are all
Yeah.
drum set dudes. And he's like, "All right, so I'm doing this African rhythm on bell with my right hand, and then I got these things on the left, and then these is what I'm doing with my foot. That's what it is." And he showed me the clip, and I was like, "That's what."
Man,
that's so hard. And he's like, "Yeah, it took me a bit to figure it out, but I figured it out. It felt good." And I'm like, that's probably, that to him, I wouldn't doubt that that's like part of his
like that's just
necessity to be for balance in his
right.
life.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole thing of like what's like important to you.
Yeah.
Like that's so just talking to like a drum set player like on all that stuff, like, I'm gonna play I saw a video of Jacob Collier playing just on his hands, of course, because
it's Jacob Collier.
He played 21 over 22. I know.
What?
Yeah, it lined up somehow.
Yeah, just some. God,
Yeah.
that's silly.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was
I
like,
think my favorite one was like 9 over 5. I don't remember how to do it, but I figured it out once, and it was like it creates these weird like stutters.
yeah,
Like it's like almost downbeats, but it's like boom, boop beep boop boop.
it creates that kind of like Dilla like drunk sound, like a little bit, just like it feels uncomfortable, but there's
It
there's
kind
a
of
beat
works.
one.
Yeah.
There's a beat one somewhere in there. I
I
mean,
don't know,
yeah,
man. If somebody would ask you that question, what do you have an answer for it?
like what keeps me like balanced?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I really like if I guess if someone asked me that question, I have this like quest in my life. I think I really, the reason why I like movies and I like music so much is because I want to tell a story
Okay.
one of these days.
Yeah.
Like a really good, like, I mean, one of my favorite writers is Ernest Hemingway. Like, I love
Shout out to the OG.
just beautifully written stories. Like, it doesn't have to be something super long. It could be something as short as The Old Man and the Sea, less than 100 pages. Like,
Right here I know it's not Hemingway, but I never read it. But
yeah, Count of Monte Cristo. Yeah,
like
yeah, just something really like
it's a fantastic book.
right, just a really like great story.
It's a little pocket one, and it's 236 pages, but it's only a single page because it's got art on the other
Right.
side.
Yeah,
So, yeah, just over 100 pages.
yeah, like just a great story. That would be, that's kind of the thing that despite teaching, band and stuff like that, and they're teaching teaching kids how to take a first step.
Yeah.
Like, is that gonna be my story? I don't think so. But I think that's gonna lead up to like a, either a great marching show or like a great band program.
Yeah.
Or
It's going to take you somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the same thing for me. Me and Duran often refer to them as come to Jesus moments.
Yeah.
With my battery, and I think those moments are greater than are what the greater outcome is than the step one.
Right.
Yeah, just like tying it into like real life stuff. And
Yeah, just having like those moments of like I I don't know if it's like clarity or change or something like
Clarity,
that. Like,
honesty, bluntness.
yeah,
Just like, hey man, like that ain't it. And apparently nobody's told you that ain't it your entire life, but
Right.
you're here with me.
I mean, hey,
A couple weeks before school starts. So I'm gonna tell you.
It's definitely nice to have those moments of like, hey, you're doing something here that's because I remember those moments in like in school. Now, granted, like I was a good kid, so I didn't get that many of the.
Yeah.
You need to fix your life.
Get your life together. Yeah.
But like, yeah, those moments are something I. Now, granted, I don't like revel in doing those moments.
Yeah.
Mostly because like I just like don't. I don't know. I don't know why I don't like them.
Like on the receiving end or the giving end?
The giving end.
Really?
Well, because I think they're important. I definitely think it's
Yeah.
important to like, to talk with them and like tell them like, hey, this isn't working out. And I've definitely had those moments of like, especially after like a bad rehearsal or
Yeah.
after even after like a good rehearsal. It's like, hey, that was awesome. Why can't you do that?
Yeah. Like,
Why
what
can't
the
you
hell?
do that? Like,
What's been keeping you from doing that every single time?
right. Like, what's keeping you from doing that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, you know, those moments are, but like, I guess I don't find them as like, as a regular or like a ordinary as, like I'd rather do the ordinary stuff like extraordinary. You know what I
for
mean?
sure, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. The part of my come to Jesus moment was like, we played 3 exercises
Yeah.
since we started. 8 notes. One Lee triplet
Yeah.
exercise, da 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 da,
Yeah.
and then an accent tab exercise. I'm like,
Ooh.
that's all you need, folks. Like every rhythm is based off of those 3 motions.
Yeah.
And those 3 motions suck. So that's why we do them. You don't need to worry about the other stuff afterwards, right? Because if you worry about the other stuff afterwards, then those suck.
Right.
The other stuff afterwards gonna suck too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean,
like-
you can spend all day like on a concert F, as they call it.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, like me, I was thinking the other day, like I used to do. I'm trying to get back into this. I used to do this long turn exercise that would just go up in half steps all the way up to the top of the horn, all the way back down to the bottom,
Really?
and back up to the to top line F. It takes about 10 minutes to do the whole thing. I'm like,
God
could you
bless.
imagine doing that like till it's right? Just playing like I mean, granted, like it'd be chopped out after it. I would like because it's a workout. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
a,
dude.
it's
For
a
sure.
serious.
What
Like,
is it? 4 counts, 8 counts?
two halves and a whole. At like 60.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a hefty exercise. God bless, son.
Yeah. I mean, like it's one of those things. It was super, super slow, but it's also super good.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like I'd much rather do that than like play some flashy scale really really fast. Like, nah, you can barely play. Like,
You don't need to worry about that yet, dog. Cool, you can move your fingers fast, but
you sound like crap.
every single tone is 15 cents flat.
Right.
So what's the purpose?
Right.
Every pitch, not tone.
Pitch
and tone,
same
same thing,
thing.
right? Technically,
Well,
right?
well, not
Not technically, but
in that. Well,
effectively.
me and my friend Ben had a long conversation. We talk. We have long talks about band.
That's fair.
It's about multiple things, but just about like defining words in band.
That's fair. I think that's part of the problem is of what I just said is that it's like they get interchanged, but they're not
Right.
perfectly interchangeable.
Yeah. And it's just it's a whole thing of like, do you define them or do you not define them?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's all a bunch of.
I mean, that's definitely the struggle that I've had with like my teaching of like feet.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I have that like dictionary of terminology of like dance terms
Yeah.
and like how like and in my head, it's like, oh, you do this, this, and this. You take that from dance, you take that from martial arts, and you take this thing that I said about band, and that gets you to step one. Like in my head, that's like,
Oh, no.
all those things make sense to me. Like, because it's like, oh, I learned how to keep a straight leg from my hip to all the way down to my ankle from dance.
Yeah.
Right? Like pointing
Yeah,
through the entire leg.
doing a tendu.
Yeah,
is
a
like-
tendu. It's like point through the entire leg. That's what I got from that.
Right.
And then from like martial arts, it was like you learn how to kick, and if you learn how to kick correctly, the energy comes from the back foot and not the foot that's traveling. Because if it's just the foot that's traveling, it's like
Right.
a little bank on them.
Yeah.
And then it's like the thing I told you from band, heel down.
Yeah. So those three
That's
things,
that's the most effective step one. But
Right.
if you didn't learn how to kick, if you don't have training of dance, it's like, how do I?
Well, yeah. Then it's a matter of like just changing sadly, like changing the language.
Yeah,
Like that's the
and that's the issue I run into. It's like I was able to explain it to you
right.
in a matter of 3 sentences, but if you don't understand what it is I'm saying, I haven't, like, obviously I've been able to figure it out with step one, but just like a couple of those things, like just down the road, when you get to Bandtober on a regular year, it's just like, oh, these are the things that we need to fix. This is how you fix them. You don't really understand what I'm saying. I don't really understand how to say it other than how I'm saying.
Yeah. Because how do you tell the kid who like we've been inside for 5 months and the kid who's been sitting on their butt for 5 months playing video games? Like how do you tell him, hey, I need you to like
Extend
flex
through your
this
body.
flex this part of your foot. I haven't had to flex anything in 5 months. How do I flex something besides like my thumbs? Like
Beep, 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 beep,
Do-do-do-do-do.
beep. Or if they're good, they're getting that keyboard mouse. I tried doing that, bro. Maybe it was just because I was trying to do it on Fortnite. That ain't the move, dog. It's so
yeah,
hard.
I that's the one I considered like getting like a PC or something like that. I was like, cause I don't game because I just can't deal with the. Well, I think it has to do something with my attention thing because I can't do gaming for more than like 20 minutes.
You're so confusing.
From like so much going on.
You just don't make any sense whatsoever. I would fully anticipate you saying like, yeah, I don't game because I could game for 6 hours at a time. No problem.
No, I get super. I think it's whenever I get overstimulated for too long.
That's fair.
Like my brain just shuts off. I'm like, all right, let's. That's why I watch movies too, because I can just sit and stare at the static shock.
I'm the opposite. Like because I take everything in so like aggressively.
Yeah.
Like I just can't not finish a movie. But I can turn a game off. It's like, oh, I finished the match. All right, done. But like with the movie, it's like somebody says we need to go. I'm like, but you just started the movie.
It's not done yet.
We still got like 30 minutes left.
So I was watching like turning on like FX onto some random movie. Was that stressful for you?
So stressful. I'd never watched a movie halfway through unless I'd already seen it like twice.
Oh, okay.
Then even then, like I didn't like it.
Because that was like a big like childhood thing for me, was like turn on TNT or or FX and watch some like Transformers.
Nah, bro, I'd catch the
crap,
guide.
like-
I'd be like, oh, you're gonna play it next in an hour and a half? All right, cool. I'll come back in an hour and a half.
Right.
I'll figure something else out to do because
Yeah.
I can't do this.
I'm not gonna sit here and watch Terminator, like the Transporter.
Yeah, no.
I
I
gotta
can't
sit
do
through
it. It bothers me.
Yeah. I mean,
That's weird though. I wouldn't have expected that from you. Well, as far as the games go.
I don't know. I just every time like someone asks me to play games, I'm like, cool, let's play.
Yeah.
And then like I'd much rather like watch, even though I hate the idea of like the whole let's play thing on YouTube. The whole, like watching. Sorry, YouTube. But that like watching someone play a game, like I'd much rather do that than
I feel you.
I sit there and just.
I was kind of against it, but I just kind of got into this Fortnite wormhole over quarantine because it's a free game, man. Like,
Right.
okay, and enough of the kids talked about it over the past couple of years. It's like, let me see what's up about it, and I'm like, okay, this I get the appeal. It makes sense to me. Then
Right.
you know, you stumble across somebody on YouTube, and then you're just like,
We just
let
see.
me just watch all your videos now, huh? There goes 3 hours of my life.
Oof. No, no, thank you. I spend hours on YouTube just watching movie news and hey, let's talk about the Justice League trailer and all that stuff. The amount of trailer breakdowns I've seen,
It's hard
it's
to trust.
gross. It's gross.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Like it's, I don't know why. Who cares? That's most things. Most things, it's like who cares.
Well, I'm out here watching Fortnite season breakdowns
Oof.
and what we pulled off of a loading screen. Yeah, these dudes
Oh,
dudes run deep, and that's kind of the appeal to me, I guess.
Right.
Is that these dudes are like paying attention to so much of like all these little
Yeah, all the
nuances.
details and like every single Easter egg and all that like
Yeah.
stuff is like
It blows my mind. Like it shout out to like the OGs from like PlayStation 2 and
Oh, yeah.
before. Where
Yeah.
there wasn't the online option. You couldn't look it up. Like you just knew Mortal Kombat.
crappy graphics.
Yeah,
Doesn't-
you knew Mortal Kombat had fatalities,
Right.
and they didn't tell you how to do it. So you just kept kicking your little brother's ass, and like
can't wait to get this
finish
fatality.
you. Down, down, left, left, up, down, A, B, A, B. Why? Nothing. Damn it.
Could you imagine being that first person to like discover?
Oh my
that
god.
one?
That might be. He might have been the happiest person on earth. Like to date.
So, I mean, seriously, like that's one thing I hate about the internet is like there's no mystery. I freaking love a mystery. Like
Yeah.
I love a secret thing. Like
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no,
Continue.
you're good.
Oh, well, I'll continue.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, I hate like secret menus and all that stuff. Like,
Oh, dude, yeah.
why they're not secrets anymore?
Yeah, it's just like, oh, here's the 10 things on the secret menu from Starbucks. It's
Like don't
that's not as
do it. Don't say
that's
that.
just the online menu now.
Just do it by word of mouth. Like,
Yeah.
we'll be fine. Those
The show that again we'll eventually have this conversation of what's the best sitcom, but How I Met Your Mother, which is it's like 1A. I still think Scrubs is the best.
I need to go ahead and rewatch Scrubs. I put on New Girl the other day. But I need to go ahead and do a rewatch of Scrubs.
That is 2.
Because it's on Hulu now, right?
Yeah.
Now, so
Yeah.
I need to go ahead
1
and
is Scrubs, 1A, How Much Mother, 2, New Girl. And
Okay.
I'll fight anybody. I'll fight anybody about that.
including me.
Including you, sir. I'm ready to take you
Because
down.
you know where I put above all those.
Yes, it's garbage. I
do.
refuse.
Do.
I refuse to let anybody tell me something is better. That the show is better. If you tell me get through the first season and a half, that's nonsense, sir. The show should be good by like episode 3 of season 1.
You're just impatient.
No. There's just nothing to. Why am I going to be patient for something?
Right.
I'll give you through the entire first season, maybe.
Okay.
But if episode 22 sucks as much as episode 1, why am I going to watch season 2?
Well, here, I mean, like, we'll have this episode one day.
And I digress.
Yeah. We'll talk. I'll save all those points for later because I was like, let me talk
But
about.
what was the point of that? How Much Mother? The episode.
Yeah.
Where it's like they start the episode off with bar debates.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I enjoy like and I always had a buddy who was like the avid Googler.
Yeah.
And he would hit you with the information. I'd be like, shut up. I don't care. Let me. Whoever has the best argument here
Right.
is the correct one. I don't care what the actual internet says. who can back their evidence up the best
right
now? No aid. What are your feelings? Go. I enjoy that.
duck or rabbit. Which one's cuter?
Oh, cute. I thought you were going to say food wise.
Oh.
we're going food,
Too
I'm probably
va-
gonna say duck. We're
Yeah,
going.
I've never had rabbit before, so
Actually, I don't think I've had rabbit either. But just I'm assuming.
I've heard that the rabbits are gamey.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, everybody
gamey.
says things are gaming, gamey, and
I don't know what gamey means.
I don't know what it means. But then also with as much food as I study, you're probably just not cooking it well.
Right? Yeah, you can cook almost anything good. It's just a matter of
if you just cook it
how
better,
you
it's
do
gonna
it.
taste better.
right.
Baby duck or full grown duck.
The cutest version.
So baby.
Yeah.
Baby's always cuter.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna say grown duck is cuter than adult bunny,
Oof.
but baby bunny is cuter than baby duck
Okay.
because baby duck's just yellow. It's a little,
Okay.
it's cute, but
I mean, like
it's a
baby,
little fur bunny,
right?
baby, tiny, little fuzzball. It's cute. Speaking of, dude, I saved a turtle the other day.
You did.
I did, dude.
From where?
It wasn't even the other day. It was yesterday.
That's the other day.
It was the other day. You're right. So you know this road right over here.
Yeah.
That you pick me up off of.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, because you for some reason can't.
I-
When you see the gas light, that's when you fill it up. You live a quarter of a mile from a gas station.
Look.
Don't know why.
Look, I was on my way to get gas.
Okay, so that was that.
That time I was on my way to get gas.
All right.
Anyways, but if you go further down there's like that really, really, really nice house.
Yeah.
Up on the corner before you get to the train tracks.
Yeah.
There's a little cement bridge, and this turtle like manages to like crawl all the way up onto the bridge and onto the main road.
Oh.
And like I thought it was a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like as we drove over it, and yeah, like and usually like when things roll up on the road, like I'll never like put my wheel on it because
Right.
I don't know what it is. But
Yeah.
so I'll like purposely go around it, and then as soon as like I'm about to go over it, I'm like, oh my god, that's a turtle, and
Skirt.
I was like, I tried driving off. I was with Justin and Greg, and I was like, I can't do it. Can't do it. And I was like, I don't care if I get hit by a car or if I stop traffic. Like I pulled up on it, stopped. It was freaking out because it couldn't because like there was like some
Yeah.
walls on it.
Yeah, so
and he was going back and forth trying to figure out
Doesn't know what to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I hopped out the car, ran up, picked up the turtle, ran over, busted my ass going down the hill, and then let him back in like towards the water.
Oh.
And then like all these people are like
What are you doing?
nobody was angry, like nobody was honking at me, but they're just like,
What's happening?
Did you
He
just save a turtle? What? Okay.
I can't be mad at this.
Yeah, but I didn't realize how much traffic I backed up. It was a decent amount of traffic.
It's my favorite. One of my favorite stand-up bits. I like stand-up.
We also need to do that episode as well.
Yeah.
Top five stand-ups.
Ooh, that would be
Let's do specials.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I feel like our top. Not to lie, our top 5 comedians would be different as well. Maybe we do both.
Yeah.
But I think actually, well, not to lie, because Paper Tiger was a better special.
That's the Burr special.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Burr special.
Yeah.
But I don't think Burr is in my top 5.
Okay, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like there's definitely like shining moments of like Chris Rock. It's that I can't remember the name of the special. He's got this album cover. It's like African like colors on it.
Albums are probably some of the best ones, but I know so few about.
Yeah, but that like special was like amazing. And then like Tambourine, I was just like, okay, Chris Rock's back on the scene.
I haven't really liked Tambourine. It's been a while since I've seen it. I should probably go back and check.
Yeah, I mean, it is, like he's still Chris Rock. He's still funny. I mean,
Oh, dude, I love Chris Rock. God bless.
you know, like weird thought. You think funny is like a sense of humor? You think that's like inherent? Like, is someone can someone be funny without
I think it's as much comedy podcasts as I listen to. I think it's as much of a skill as anything else. Like some
Yeah.
people are have some innate talent towards it,
Yeah.
and other people like they bust their ass for it and they just don't get anywhere.
Right.
Like,
Like
yeah,
I was
I
watching
think
like Sarah Silverman's special. So funny.
so good, dude.
She's so
I
hilarious.
hate that people hate on her.
Well, yeah, because she's gross, but
Well, yeah, but she's hilarious.
like at the end, she told the story like during her special, but like at the end they had a little thing of her like getting surgery. Like before she got wheeled off, she got drugged up and like she was like talking,
Yeah.
of course, through it because she's being funny. And like right before she gets wheeled off, she tells her boyfriend a joke.
Really.
I'm like, how are you super high on like morphine and
Yeah.
still funny?
Still
like,
able to
like how
get some one-liners.
yeah, like how are you still funny at this point? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, with her, she's been doing it for 20, 30 years. She's
At that
been
point,
around. Like it's super a part of her. And I don't know about the comedians that you listen to, but there's some people that are like, they don't have a switch that turns off. Like they're always just
yeah,
like,
they're like always on, like,
always on, and not even like in an aggressive way. It's just like their life is just always seeking the best joke,
right?
and you know,
I mean, like
that could be the case for her. I wouldn't doubt it.
a lot of comedians they use the thing of like, it's like a coping mechanism, like
Yeah.
rather than like embrace their feelings or like I'm sad, like no, I'm gonna make a joke about this.
Yeah.
Like the the Monty Python guys.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever the last one died, I forget, was it Terry Gilliam?
Not too sure.
One of them passed away recently, and I think they said like 4 down, or someone said 4 down, 2 to go.
Oh man.
I was like, that is so like people said it was like inappropriate, but it's like
Yeah.
no, that's hilarious.
That's
like,
yeah.
that's-
Yeah, I mean, we definitely save my feelings towards comedy.
Yeah.
For that conversation.
So, I don't even know how we got to this.
I don't know how we got to that either. How I Met Your Mother.
Something about oh, I mean like I don't know.
I lost it.
Well, I mean like you asked me earlier like about the balance thing.
Oh yeah.
What about you? Like
Um.
where do you think your balance comes from?
Honestly, I think my balance comes from overbooking.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, we kind of touched on that before, but just like my ability to do comes from my necessity to do things
Like more than
more than the average, right?
Right.
And whether that's narcissistic, I don't want to. I don't want to get too much into that and hurt my own feelings, but I think as long as I'm cycling something in that allows me to not think about everything I do has to be my main focus for that at the exact moment.
Okay. I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when I'm like working out, like, don't drop the weight on you.
Yeah. This is about right now.
This is about like, you have 12 reps, 11, 10,
right.
9. Like, that's all you have to focus on is making sure that you do it with good technique, good form, because if you don't do it with good technique, good form, you're going to hurt yourself, and then you're not going to be able to do this for another week and a half.
Right.
So make sure you do it right, stupid. All right, you did it right. You got 3 more of those to go before you go to the next exercise.
Your whole self-talk during.
Oh, dude. Ugh, it's so bad. Not good self-talk. Not good self-talk, but I get it done.
I still just do like I usually hate math, but that's the one time I become freaking Rain Man.
Super, if I do this many by that many. So two
I've got 2 right now. That's it. Like
light work. I got 2 right now every 5 times.
I really got 40 more reps, but you're just like I only have 2.
Right now I've got 2.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, man,
It's a momentary I go.
I don't know. I'd have to sit on that balance thing, but I mean, if we're trading, like I haven't said it in a while to you, But usually when like I meet like pleasantries, trading
Yeah.
pleasantries with somebody,
Yeah.
like my go-tos are like how you living, or like I hate how you doing, or like what's up. Like that's just such a
Yeah. Yeah.
surface level, and nobody answers those questions honestly.
As the comedian Tom Segura says, when someone asks you how you're doing, you say either good or great. There's no other answer. Don't actually tell me.
Don't tell me, I don't care. Yeah, exactly.
Don't give your feelings to me right now.
And that's how I feel like when I say that. Like to me, what's up is just like hi.
Right.
So anytime somebody actually gives me like an answer, like I have a couple students that would be like, not much. I'm like, what? I said hi to you. Why did you? Oh, I didn't. I said, what's up? Oh, damn. Okay. I guess you're correct. But
No.
like how you living, or like what's good with you?
Yeah.
Like that's my. I've kind of cycled over to what's good with you, and A, people don't know how to respond to that because they don't know what that question really means. But B,
what is good?
like ideally, it's like you kind of think like, yeah, I'm living okay.
That is kind of a more positive question.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like we've talked about, like it is what it is, and
it
like
is what it is, man.
like that's a really positive question. Like what's good? Like
What's good with you, man?
it might be a question I'd ask. I mean, because that's been my go to as of late. It's been like what's good.
Yeah.
But that would be an interesting like. All right, no.
Yeah, when I
Tell
say
me
that,
what's
like,
actually good.
the hope is that you tell me something good that's in your life, right?
Right.
Like living well, doing good things, out here living my best life, straight. Like
Yeah.
I'll take straight. Like to me, like if I ever tell you I'm straight, it's like nothing's going wrong, but nothing's great.
I'm working.
Like we out here, acceptable response to me. But like if somebody just says, I'm good, it's like you're not. Because if you were,
You wouldn't be.
you wouldn't have just said I'm good.
Right.
Right. So I don't know. It's and that's again just my thing with mental health and
Yeah.
well being and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, it's a question that whole like question of like balance. I don't know if I want to ask that to like someone because it's a very like ambiguous like unless I'm sitting down with like if I came across like a Patton Oswalt or something like that,
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey Patton, I know you don't know me, but how do you find balance? Like that'd be so like,
Yeah.
but like trying to find that question is it's hard
Yeah.
because I mean most people when they I don't know but like you like who's a celebrity that you want to like meet and then like not freak out of in front of.
Probably Rogan, dude.
Like if Rogan, like you're just walking down the street and you see Joe Rogan, you'd be like, okay, don't.
I think again from listening to him and like a lot of other people, like they hate the people that like roll up on them and like try to force conversation.
Right.
Like I've practiced it in my head with a lot of people where it's just like where like in my head I'm like I go up to them like, hey, thank you for everything that you're doing. I like everything that you got going on. Word. Dip.
You know, I thought it'd be hilarious to like not acknowledge,
Not acknowledge that.
like have like a complete like awareness of what
Yeah.
they do, but like when they talk to you, just talk to them like they're like just a normal like talk to Joe Rogan like he's an accountant.
Yeah.
Like
Well, shoot, I didn't know who Stockton was when he was out here. So like, oh, you're a percussion guy? Cool, man. What's up? Like,
oh okay.
what do you do? Like, oh, so you do drum set? You're like really good at jazz. All right. 100% not knowing like any of his resume, and like
Right.
I think it was better conversation for that. Like he was
yeah.
super relaxed about it too, because I wasn't just like, oh my God, I know everything about you. Like, tell me all these things that you did on this one album and why you did this on this one. And like, I was just like, So what's it like teaching jazz?
See, I had the misfortune of the couple of, because it was the first. I think I don't want to say it's the only, but it might have been the first and the only Allen Jazz Festival, where we had Stockton, Alan Vizzuti, drum
nice.
player,
Yeah.
and no wait, no, that was Stockton, Wayne Bergeron, and someone else. All came in.
We were supposed to have Wayne Bergeron this year.
No,
No.
we were gonna have Wycliffe Gordon.
Wycliffe Gordon.
Yeah,
My bad.
trombone. But yeah, like so when before they showed up, my jazz teacher taught me, like, well, not taught me. He taught me. He showed us a bunch of these videos of like Stockton playing and like
who you guys were bringing out.
Yeah,
Familiarizing yourself with
like,
as you should.
Right, but of course that made me like
super giddy and like.
I mean, well, no, we were talking about. I don't want the continuity to be weird because I was like, let's talk about like
Stockton,
the weird thing of gotten into, like sitting behind a computer. Did not want to do that ever, but you know,
Here you are.
I'm here now. I'm
super.
I like it sometimes.
And you know, it's like I talk about just strengths.
Yeah,
Like you don't have to like what you're strong at, but
yeah.
if that's what you're strong
Well,
at.
I don't even think it's a strength really. I think it's just like a, I don't know. Well, I have a bad problem with like knowledge. Like I feel like I really want to know everything.
Oh, for sure. I'm in the same boat.
Like,
dude.
like if I'm a band director, I feel like, you know, the whole recording thing. I want to be able to record my own band.
Yeah.
And like
Same.
edit all the stuff and be like, I mean, not edit it like to be like perfect or whatever, but do all the recording myself and like, yeah, I can produce a CD, sure.
Easy.
Like rather than
Yeah.
like,
No, I want to do the same thing too. Like, I mean, I have the studio at the high school. Like, I want
right.
to take advantage of that. Like, I want to. I know Coach Thomas, the basketball coach. He had this like after school program at one of the high schools he taught at.
He talked there too.
Yeah, he talked there too. I would hope so, at least.
Yeah.
Of this like rapping, producing, DJing like setup where it's like if you're passing all your classes and you're not being a piece of shit, you can come into the studio and
do all the stuff.
You can learn how to record. We'll record your track or mix and master it, and
yeah.
there you go, dog. Like I want to do that as well. I don't know if I have the capabilities of doing that.
I mean, I've got a book sitting on my shelf right now. It's a Zen in the Art of Mixing and Mastering.
No shit.
Just sitting on my shelf.
So dope.
Like, I need to go ahead and just read it and be like, but I don't want that. I mean, I would, that kind of knowledge in my head would be the end of me. Because I would listen to audio and be like, it's not perfect.
I've started noticing because like we would talk about like film directing and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where I'm just acknowledging things a little bit more.
I mean, yeah. I mean, whenever we were watching Dick and Jane, like
Yeah.
I was trying not to be a tool about it, but I was like, that shot's cool. Like, you should see me when I watch a movie at home. I'm like, that shot's really cool. He used a Dutch angle on that, and it's to signify this. Like, who cares?
Who cares?
Stockton.
John Stockton. Whatever, man. I don't I take the editing with a grain of salt. I think as
It moves things around.
if people like what we're doing, they're gonna understand that.
Yeah.
We're just at least you and I, like,
Right.
we're just gonna talk.
Right.
It'll be fine.
It's a hang at this point.
Yeah. But John Stockton.
Stockton Helbing.
Stockton Helding. Who's John Stockton?
The coach, right? He's a coach.
He's a coach. Basketball?
Yeah. John Stockton from oh god, the computer's too far away.
Whatever.
Well,
Stockton.
yeah, but like meeting him for the first time, it was really weird because like I had known all of his a bunch of his work. I listened to his albums and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I feel like if I meet someone that I really respect on that level, Like I mean, of course, like meeting him like like at a region thing to be like, cool. You got some. You're a drummer. Cool. All right.
Word. Yeah.
Like, there's no and definitely that second time I was more casual about.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, oh yeah,
What's up, man?
I've met you before. I'm not going to acknowledge it, but definitely didn't.
Maybe I'm able to be calm around percussionists.
Right.
Because I've met so many.
Right.
Throughout the years, or maybe I'm just naive and just don't acknowledge like how much better they are than me. But like, I mean, every Latin musician I played with is just like, maybe it's also their vibe too.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
it's rolled. There's like, we're gonna play. Let's play.
Yeah. There's no pretense behind it. Or...
Yeah, but like, I played with like Larry Harlow. He was on the Funny All Stars, which he was the piano player for the Funny All Stars. Arguably the best Latin band out there.
Cool. Chilling.
He was just playing some montunos while I played conga.
Oh
yeah,
man, playing with like stars is always super challenging.
Yeah,
that's always a moment I'm like I'm not gunning for a studio job, but like I'd rather not mess up in front of them, you know.
I'm not talented enough for a studio musician. I know I'm not.
Dude, I mean
that's too much pressure.
Like I would crack under that. Like number one, like I can't do something in 2 takes. Like no, I'll take the book home, but like don't give me like, all right, here's your rehearsal, and here's your take.
That's not me, dog. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just my lack of experience, my overexposure to famous folk, but no.
I mean, it's a hard thing. There's famous people out there that like, do I get in their face and be like, I know everything you've ever done, or do I just, how's it going?
I want to tip my hat to somebody. No, that's it.
Howdy.
But that's it. And just for I don't know why I want to do that.
I mean that'd be cool. Like that'd be cool. Just like, I know what you do, but I'm not gonna.
I see what you're doing. Keep it up.
Because I mean, me like I would appreciate that more.
Yeah.
If I was like a famous person, I'd be like.
I think that's part of it too. Is like I acknowledge like how I would be like it would be really cool to have people come up to me all the time, but like also be really cool if they didn't.
Right. Like, hey, like just leave me alone.
Just leave me alone.
I'm just here to make content, and
I'm just trying to eat some steak.
Right. Don't come up to me, come to my table and be like, don't do that.
I love everything you do. Cool. Thank you.
You're weirding me out, buddy.
Stressing me out. I need you to back up.
Need you just 2 feet. Just give me 2. Give me 2.
Anyways, dog.
Yeah.
We need to go home because we got rehearsal in the morning. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. It's cool. It just kind of getting back in that flow.
Right.
Of
like,
you are responsible to go do stuff. Let's
go
do stuff.
Having to get up and be responsible is hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
nothing to plug. I don't know.
No.
We're still trying to the outro for you and I is always weird. Anyways, peace. Bye.
Deuces.